Pisces, August 2022. Here we go. So, you are showing up at the center of your reading with your Lenormand card. The fish is Pisces. So, I see there being an abundance of things coming in for you. Your oracle card was drawing down the sun from the Pure Magic Oracle. And this is about manifestation and drawing upon the powers of desire and manifestation to create what we want in this life. It's uncontrollable almost, and it's magnifying, and there's a lot of fire in there. So it's kind of a steamy core. I kind of think of it as like the earth's really hot inside and there's water, and that creates life. So your current situation, it looks like you're reminiscing of the past. You're thinking fondly of certain memories of the past, and what your childhood could have brought you. You could have had a troublesome childhood. You could have had to be a lot older than your years, even though there are still, it's a bittersweet center to this reading. The Six of Cups is a sharing of emotions, and because water retains memory, we consider this card the card of nostalgia and childhood memories, memories of the past. So you could be emotionally very much in the past, but are currently feeling left out in the cold in the present. Maybe things seemed better in the past, and right now you feel like you are so far from how you felt before because no one's there to lend a helping hand like they were in the past. These two children are gifting each other flowers and spending time together in a sweet kind of little play date or whatever. This could be a relationship from the past that you are feeling left out in the cold by now. That time has taken its course, and maybe this didn't work out for whatever reason. And you feel like you have no one to fall back on and are at your worst. But these people in the Five of Pentacles, they have a light shining through the window, and it's supposed to be of a church. So there is assistance there. So maybe you feel like you can't go back to the past, but in some way or another, there's still someone there waiting for you. If it's not in a literal sense, it's spirit saying, I'm here and I'm always with you, even during these cold, harsh times. And it's quite the contrast from the Six of Cups, because we see a warm day and there's lots of flowers, and then we have the winter, and it's like the winter of your life, that you remember the good times when you're feeling the bad times. And the Six is about reciprocity and balance and sharing. And the Five is about change, conflict, and lack. So there's some sort of conflict that is leaving you out in the cold, or leaving you feeling far from where you were before. In the past, I see you dreaming big. And just for a note, this very well could have to do with finances. um, something financially not going as you thought it would be. But the fish card denotes an abundance. So there is abundance coming in for you. You might not be able to see it right now because you feel like you've lost something, but it's almost as if from the memories of the past or the conflicts of the past that we remember, there is some kind of financial influx or flow that comes from that, especially if we keep our passions ablaze and we keep moving forward and taking action on the things that we want to create in our life, the future that we want to create, the new happy memories that we want to manifest. In the past, again, I see the sign of Aquarius, and I see there being big dreams. The bear is usually a big sum of something. It's a large animal. It's also in charge, so it represents the law. It can mean an authority of healing when placed upon the star card, which is the sign of Aquarius, as I said. And the star card is great healing after a time of despair and challenge and restriction, and conformity to the it's time, it comes after a time of a need for self-discipline, or the inability to know if we are being self-disciplined because we are in a loop. So there is hope for the future here. There was great hope for the future in the past. And currently, we're remembering the past in a better light. We're no longer thinking of the future, and we seem to be stuck currently in the past. Even though back then we had big hopes, and we also had healing powers almost, like we were healing authority. So in the past you could have been working in a field that was your dream to be a cop, or your dream to be a paramedic, or your dream to be somebody who would be an authority and help the world, give back to the world in some form or way. And what's on your mind now is the gathering of people to commemorate or to celebrate a certain particular emotional event, whether it be their friendship, a special occasion. There is a union of souls, but it's more than just a union, because we have the 3 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. So I feel like what's on your mind now is that you've somehow lost an element of happiness, that of what made you happy before. And maybe it's a friend that has left the circle, and it's made you quite sad because there's a change in the equilibrium, and you sense it emotionally. And although you're still celebrating, it doesn't feel the same as it did before. And there's a need to create harmony within a situation. So that could have been an argument that just happened with an old friend. It could have been the loss of a friend through to spirit in the past. It could have been a number of different things. the evolution of a relationship might be on your mind, where there was a celebration of two souls coming together, but it seems like they're at odds somehow, or maybe that there's a need to find another emotionally satisfactory element to add to a situation in order to create that same kind of feeling again, although I don't think that that's necessarily always necessary. What you may not know is that you might be causing yourself to become a little bit either of a micromanaging of the blessings in your life, or maybe losing sight of the fact that you have what you need to create and manifest anything you want. It's just that you've kind of lost sight of this blessing or this new beginning. Maybe you don't necessarily want to create a new beginning for yourself, and you're not taking a look at that. The Magician in reverse can be a manipulation, that maybe you're manipulating yourself out of a blessing, but the blessing is there regardless right now. And it seems like there's a couple of different ways of looking at it, because other people are seeing your blessing as a newfound, joyful, emotional beginning. And with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, I see there being something that is physical yet emotional as well. So this could very well be a new relationship that is starting to blossom for you, or that could be coming around the corner. I see your advice from Spirit being to find childlike joy again, and to be excited about it, even when you don't always know all the answers. And if you want to help people, a good job for you, or I won't say job, because sometimes our sole purpose is not necessarily something we get paid for or clock in for. But there is great abundance all around the Empress. It's as if it grows right from the earth underneath her feet, because she knows that whether she planted it before, she doesn't really need to plant it, because Mother Nature always gives back to her. She's forever in harvest. So, and she's a pregnant. Typically, she's always depicted as pregnant. So she is fertile and abundant and can create her own magic. And it's saying that getting back to your childhood might be good, but as long as it's a productive thing and you're using some emotional element of your childhood to fuel you into creating something beautiful in the here and now. And it might be a talent or a skill that you haven't done in a while, that you might feel rusty at, but it says that if it's artistic in nature, go for it and keep working at it, because you're getting good at it or you will be really good at it. You have a talent for this kind of art form or beauty. Could it be painting? It could be makeup artistry. It could be a number of different things. But there's something here that you're being advised to get excited about and create and work on. I already talked about how other people are seeing you as being having a new kind of blissful experience of sharing some joy that you have, or at least starting to. And your hopes and fears sector, you're really hoping to get unstuck, to be able to see your way out of a bad time mentally. The Eight of Swords is really about stagnation out of fear. She could probably get out of there, but she's not really thinking clearly in order to kind of get herself a little bit untangled and take the blindfold off so she can see where she's going. You're blindsided by your mental frustration right now, or you're hoping that you won't be, and you might be fearing that that's what it's going to be. You're just going to be stuck, creatively blocked, or emotionally blocked from, or financially blocked from moving forward. You might also be fearing a woman in your life that is a bit stingy, or she's somebody that likes to hold her value over your head. She might hold resources from people. The Queen of Pentacles is typically a nurturing and very home-skilled woman. She's the jacktress of many trades. She is able to cultivate her garden to give her abundance and raise her family and work a full-time job and does it seamlessly, like effortlessly, or it makes it look like that it's effortless. Here she may be withholding finances, so you might be hoping to get some sort of assistance from this Queen of Pentacles person, or be able to, or asking her for her help, and you're worried that she won't give it to you during this time, that you might financially need some assistance. Either that, or you fear not being able to manage your resources and your finances enough in order to be able to nurture or create things from your abundance. Now, in the outcome, I see spreading out. With your Lenormand card, it's a growth. It's very much like the stars in the sky here. I see you going for something that's more emotionally fulfilling, leaving behind what doesn't serve you anymore. Even if you do care for it, even if it's been something that you've shown love and that's shown love to you, it just isn't enough anymore, and you're willing to take the risk on other dreams and to grow something else instead, or to make connections somewhere else instead. There's an expansion here. You might have grown too big for this previous life, And that might have had some effect on your friendship circle, and they might feel like they've been left out as well, but they, in return, you are also feeling like being left out, like you're being left out of the circle. You're maybe not the life of the party anymore. Something changed, and maybe you don't have the finances to keep up with their types of, financial status and that kind of stuff. But I see you expanding and looking forward to growth. And in the end, I see you becoming quite profound at managing your own resources, at managing an empire even, some sort of business, some sort of entrepreneurship that when you obtain this, you're going to want to hold on to it pretty tight because it's something that you'll cherish, so it creates security for you. There's almost like he's very, the King of Pentacles is just somebody who is able to manage a business, and he makes his money work for him. He doesn't even have to work anymore because his plans have been set in place. The dividends are coming in. So you might be able to hold on to your money better because of these changes. And I also see there being some things that have been hidden. You might actually find finances that you had stashed away or that were hidden from you, and you obtain those and complete this cycle. So there might be some sort of assistance that comes in from somebody. It could be a couple. It could be a man who's doesn't easily give of his resources, only to those who he deems fit to receive. It could have to do with a home as well. The sale of a home. There's some sort of resources that have been coveted or put away that have been saved for a rainy day or considered precious. And I just feel like we're being crossed by the Five of Pentacles now, which means we feel out in the cold. But right before that comes the Four. So he's holding on to what he has for dear life. And because of his unwillingness to share his abundance, because we know that when we give to the universe, it always gives back to us, which is about the Empress. That's your lesson, is to learn that doing this all the time is not going to make things easier. It just makes things actually more stagnant and things don't flow very well. And with the Fish Lenormand card, this speaks of flowing. This is free flowing. This is a fountain of abundance. So it seems like once you get out of your own way with thinking that things are never going to change for the better, that right now it's awful, and maybe think back to the past and some of those happy memories, there's something important for you to find there about a talent or skill that you used to have that you could take into the future with you, from your childhood. And you're able to create an enterprise of some sort. But if we don't pay attention to how we're hoarding, if we're hoarding anything, if we're kind of being too tight with things and not allowing plans to evolve in a natural, organic way, or finances to flow in an organic way, we can become stagnant again. And that's where we take a step back. So there's a reveal of what's been held on to too tight, and that will come to the surface in the future, allowing a completion of a cycle. So you'll learn the lesson, and I really think it's going to come around this last eclipse. I think we have an eclipse in August. I think we're still in eclipse season, right? Yeah, so, and if your mother ends up giving you advice for some reason, because this is a mother card, and the moon is a mother card. Your mother could play a significant role in this situation. A financial institution not wanting to give you some money, or somebody that's in charge of money not wanting to give back, or you being that person. Whatever it is, it will come to the surface. It will come to the light. Whatever is hidden will be revealed. And there will be a new cycle, a completion, a lesson will be learned. And the World is a very positive card typically. And I have here the Magician. This is a dream come true card. The Magician, manifestation, healing, manifestation, abundance, psychic perception, and the shadow forces of nature, and the completion, all of the elements of the big hitters, all of the fixed signs, I believe, are on there. Fixed signs. Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Virgo, or Gemini. Maybe that's Gemini. I'm not sure. But there's a completion. There is a big cycle ending, and if there's any arguments over anything that might be considered, this could be a death too, from the past. So if there was a death in the past and there were arguments over any kind of deception having to do with anything, arguments over big changes that no one can avoid, or it kind of brings out the worst in somebody, I would just not pay any energy towards that, because your energy is to be focused on your creative spark with your oracle card. Very much stating we're gonna light a flame within us and just let that flame burn until we can get the essence out of us. So that's through creative expression. People are seeing you as very artistic right now. Keep going with any artistic ventures, anything that makes your kind of heart soar, because it's on, you're going in the right direction. And whatever financial situation that you find yourself in, whether it be having to do with family, quarrels, or an institution not giving a loan when you need it, or maybe even a childhood friend could be sick. There's a number of different ways I could read this. I do see major healing here. Moving away from what isn't emotionally working for you anymore, creating abundance for yourself through some form of very big talent or skill set, and making enterprise with that. And the only hang up I see is your inability to let go when you need to in order to allow flow into your life, and the inability to nurture oneself, or the fear of giving back to oneself could also be, the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. She's not afraid to give to herself because she knows when she's giving to herself and taking care of herself financially, she is doing a favor for everyone else. I think that once you get past that, you'll be able to dig up anything that's hidden, all these hidden feelings and secrets and things that really aren't that good to hold in. This is also holding on to a secret. So the King of Pentacles kind of sandwiches the holding on to a secret. So somebody could have held on to a secret for a long time, and is now finally coming to the light, and they feel free. All right. Well, Pisces. I hope I didn't call you Aquarius. I didn't. I was just talking about that card. Okay. Pisces, this is very much your reading. You have the Ace of Cups. You have your fish card in the center. You have the Six of Cups, Three of Cups, Two of Cups. It's very, very much your reading. All right. Well, I'm glad it was for you. I hope you're doing really well, and I hope that you have a great August, and I will see you in September. Bye.